City, who narrowly lost to Water Junior champion Mahmoud Al Sadid in the round of 32, remain arbit. Competing for Nigeria on home soil for the first time, US-based Peluola Kimbamiro also showed a great in the women's individual events. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented on the opening day of the tournament by the Director General of the Lagos State Sports Commission, Lekan Fatadu, who held the Nigeria Fencing Federation at the international body for the opening of the sport in Nigeria. Day 2 of the tournament, we see actions, thriller in the men's individual sabre and the women's individual appeal. This is what I'm working on board for a beautiful and lovely edition of Sport Extra on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Of course, my name is Kingsley Iniovosa, the Minister of Sports. That's what they call me. If you are not talking sports, count me out. Yes. 17 Nigeria states have confirmed their participation in the 2025 Olympic Day celebrations, which will take place across the country on June 28th. The annual event, which promotes the Olympic values of excellence, friendship, and respect, has gained momentum in recent years, with the organizers suspended activities to encourage wider public participation. This year's states, including Edo, Plateau, Ondo, Taraba, Enugu, Delta, my states, Kwara, the Federal Capital Territory, Anambra, Bayelsa, Bauchi, Kogi, Gombe, Osun, Imo, and Lagos. Home to the Secretariat of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, we host a series of community-based events aimed at promoting health and fitness. This celebration will feature a variety of non-competitive sporting activities, such as jogging and walking, designed to encourage calorie burning, muscle toning, and all. Hello, good morning. I'm fine. You said what?
I just want to say hello to you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Alright, in previous editions, Olympic Day was marred by structured races of 10 and 50 and 5 kilometers. But the organizer says the format has been revised in response to public feedback. The new approach includes a broader means of demonstration sports tailored to the individual and the group interests, making it more accessible and inclusive. Austin Odiege, coordinating officer of the NOC's Sports for All Commission, described the event as a growing national movement dedicated to fitness for all. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Arsenal transfer.
Arsenal transfer. The Nigeria Basketball Federation has released a 20-player provisional roster ahead of the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro Basket Tournament set to hold in the Ivory Coast this summer. The provisional list includes the core of the side that won the last Afro Basket Tournament in Kigali, Rwanda in 2023, plus a mixture of emerging talents headlining the squad are experienced veterans Ezine Kalu and Promise Amukumara. Plus there is a spot for Stargo and the best guitars heirs Armin Okonkwo, Nico and Nabosi and Lauren Ebo are also included, while Victoria and Macaulay makes a longer wait to return to the national team setup. Yes. Meanwhile, Solakwe Amusa ends only the second call-up, while the Grace Efosa has been given a maiden invite by the Wakama. defensive stalwarts in the Palace Kunai, and Maro Ginato Mosa are ever features on the list, as well as Elizabeth Barogo, Ifunanya Okoro, Olawi Adenike, Christabel Zuma, Vera Ojenua, Izoje Oche, Gift Uchena, Ugona Onya, Blessing Geoffo, and Abiodun Damilola Yusu. The coach Renato Wakamara, left side, are the ready holders of the continental competition, and will be looking to win on an unprecedented 5th consecutive title when the team touches down in the Francophone nation. Yes. Alright, Nigeria's first individual Olympic gold medalist, Chioma Ajunwa, has condemned the failure of sport administrators following the reported nationality switch of top sprinter Favor Ofili from Nigeria to Turkey, reacting to the growing trend of elite athletes dumping Nigeria for other nations. Chioma Ajunwa said the mass exodus reflect the deeply rooted leadership failures within the country's sports federations. Chioma Ajunwa's comments come amid a backlash over Ofili's reported decision to represent Turkey just a month before the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. The development sparked outrage among fans and stakeholders, especially given the athlete's status as the women's 150-meter world record holder and one of Nigeria's brightest medal hopes. Chioma Ajunwa made history at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, when she became the first Nigerian to win Olympic gold and the first black African woman to achieve the feat in a feeder event. A former footballer who also represented Nigeria at the FIFA Women's World Cup, Chioma Ajunwa remains the only woman to have competed at the both Olympics and the Senior Women's World Cup. Her criticism adds to the chorus of disappointment following the confirmation from Athletics Federation of Nigeria President Tonobok Okowa that the Federation will not stop Ofili from changing national allegiance despite expressing shock at the move. Tonobok Okowa admitted that the AFN had failed the 22-year-old sprinter on multiple occasions, although he said the Federation had made efforts to keep her within the national fold, including the payment of training grants earlier in the year. A lot of meetings have been unfolding. Ofili, Favor Ofili, a multiple national record holder and a former NCAA star, is believed to have informed the athletics integrity unit of her intention to compete for Turkey, citing frustration for Nigeria with Nigeria sport administrators. The switch, if confirmed by the World Athletics, would add Ofili to a growing list of Nigerian athletes who would have represented other countries at major international competitions. This includes Francis Obikweli, who represented Portugal, Gloria Aloze, who represents Spain, Florence Ekpooma, who represents Germany, Fermin Ogunde, Quata, and Sawar and Nasar of Baron. And the report indicates that Turkish Athletics Federation has been actively recruiting foreign-born athletes in recent years, allegedly offering as much as $500,000 to secure a high-profile transfer. Despite the uproar, World Athletics still lists Ofili as a Nigerian on her official profile. She is one of several Nigerians who have qualified for the Tokyo World Championships, scheduled for September 13 to 21. Check your time, 20 minutes gone past 7 o'clock. And this is T Sport Extra. Yes, you want to get the latest from the world of sport. This is the best place to be. This is the right choice. No other station does it better. But Adamimogo 107.7 FM will serve you beyond your expectations. Yes, no doubt about it. You want to check it out? You go live on our social media platforms. You're going to see us live and direct. Yes. Adamimogo 107.7 FM. now we move straight to football, where the Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL club Ikorodu City will take part in the pre-season tournament ahead of the 2025-26 league season. The pre-season tournament, which is tagged the Eco International Car, will run from July 6 to 13, 2025. The tournament will be played at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos. The tournament will have fine-tuned routine Aguero strategy for the new season. The competition will feature Ghanaian side Hearts of Oasis, Republic of Benin side Deje, Sierra Leonean club Kalon FC, and a South African club Super Sport United. Others include NPFL sides Shooting Stars of Ibadan, Eyimba of Aba, Ikorodu City of Lagos, Remo Stars of Ikene. Yes. Meanwhile, the former Super Eagles winger Emmanuel Amonike has called on the federal government to expedite the distribution of houses to the remaining members of the 1994 Africa Cup of Nations winning squad, confirming that he received his allocation long ago. Amonike's comments come as the federal government continues to fulfill this 3 decades old promise of house allocations to members of the 1994 Super Eagles squad that won the Africa Cup of Nations in Tunisia. You remember, the government recently presented an allocation letter for a house in Abuja to former striker Efan Ekoko, who was represented at the brief ceremony by his niece Lisa Jennifer Nwangbo, the director and head of departments, public building and housing development. Temi Tokwe presented a letter on behalf of the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, describing the move as part of the government's commitment to rewarding the patriotic service of the team, which brought honor to the occasion stems from a promise made to the 1994 Super Eagles squad following the historic AFCON triumph in Tunisia, which marked Nigeria's second continental title. Former President Muhammadu Buhari approved the implementation of the 1994 Housing Pledge in 2022, 28 years after it was first made. Certainly, the government's intention to honor the long-standing commitments to the national heroes. Housing units are being allocated to members of the team in various states across the country, whilst some like Ekoko are receiving the house in the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja. The 1994 Super Eagles squad achieved legendary status by defeating Zambia's 2-1 in the final to claim Nigeria's second AFCON title, with the team featuring notable players, including Amonike Ikoku and other stars of Nigeria football's golden generation. All right, as the 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations kicks off in Morocco, Nigeria Super Falcons enter the tournament as the most successful team in the competition history, with 9 titles from 11 previous appearances. The Falcons carry the legacy of march on the continent. However, their dominance will face fresh scrutiny, particularly after falling short in the semi-finals of the 2022 edition in a squad field with fresh players. Several stand apart as the only ones in the current scene who have previously lifted the WAFCON trophy. Their presence adds a crucial layer of experience, leadership, and tournament hardening quality to the Super Falcons campaign. Each of them has played in at least 2 previous WAFCON tournaments, combining for 21 appearances and 17 titles in total. As Nigeria seeks to reclaim the trophy and reassert their continental authority, they're going to take the profiles the champions of returning to the lead charge in Morocco. The players' profile: Francis Odega made 5 appearances, 4 titles. Non-Nigerian player in the current squad embodies longevity at the women's football, quite like Francisca Odega, are now playing for Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. The versatile forward is appearing in her 6th WAFCON tournament since making a debut at the 2010 edition as a teenager. Francisca Odega, was part of Nigeria's winning squads in 2010, 2014, 2016, and 2018. Known for her peace, intelligent movement, and the rest style. She was particularly outstanding in 2018, contributing 2 goals and 2 assists and a road to the title. Her player of the match performance in the final against South Africa underscored her pedigree on the biggest stage. Beyond the WAFCON, Francisca Odega has also featured all 3 FIFA Women's World Cups, 2011, 2015, and 2019, scoring in a dramatic 3-3 draw against Sweden in 2015 as she returns to Morocco, where she previously won the African Games gold in 2019. Her experience will be pivotal in a team that blended youth with battle-hardened veterans. Osinachi Ohale is the second on my list. A mainstay in defense since 2010. Osinachi Ohale has been a cornerstone of Nigeria's backline during the golden run in Africa's women's football. The Pachuca, the centre-back, has lifted 4 WAFCON titles and featured in the every edition. She has contested, renowned for her area dominance, reading of the game, and calm under pressure. Osinachi Ohale's legacy was further burnished at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, where she scored against co-host Australia and was named player of the match. She also made the team of the tournament at WAFCON 2022, despite Nigeria finishing outside the top 3, with a 6th WAFCON appearance on the way. Osinachi Ohale brings not only defensive assurance, but also invaluable leadership on and off the pitch. Number 3 on my list, Azizat Oshuala, the face of Nigeria women's football. Azizat Oshuala is a generational talent whose honors list speaks volumes. The 6-time African Women's Footballer of the Year, 6-time African Women's Footballer of the Year, enters WAFCON 2024 and looking to add a 4th continental title to a glittering resume. Currently, Azizat Oshuala playing in the National Women's Soccer League with the BFC. Oshuala's WAFCON journey began in 2012, although she didn't feature in that campaign. By 2014, Azizat Oshuala had stand to have the authority, emerging as the best player and the 2nd top scorer as Nigeria lifted the trophy. She also scored 3 times in the 2018 edition. With a mix of strength, speed, and a clinical finishing, Azizat Oshuala is expected to lead the line once again, or at least from the bench, providing not just experience, but the cutting edge needed for Nigeria to reclaim the title, the last one 6 years ago. Another one on my list, veteran goalkeeper Tochukwu Oluohi has experienced both triumph and disappointment in her longer international career. The 38-year-old currently untouched, first featured in 2008. Yes, 2008, when Nigeria lost to host Equatorial Guinea in the final. She would go on to win the title in 2010 and return to the top in 2018, where she served as the Super Falcons' first choice goalkeeper. Tochukwu Oluohi's big game composition, vocal presence, and organizational skills have made her a reliable figure in goal for over a decade. The daughter, no longer the number 1, her presence in Morocco adds depth and experience to the Madugu's goalkeeping department, alongside undisputed star Chiamaka Nnadozie. Another anomalise, midfield dynamo, Halimatu Ayinde offers the power and balance of grit in Nigeria's engine room. The FC Rosagata midfielder made our WAFCON debut in 2014 and has been a consistent performer in every edition she has featured in. A 2-time champion in 2014 and 2016, Halimatu Ayinde brings energy, tactical awareness, and a ball-winning prowess to the heart of midfield. Her spirit is Sweden in the United States has sharpened her game, and she is expected to be the crucial part of Nigeria's transitional play and a midfield structure in Morocco. At just 24, just 24 years old. Chiamaka Nnadozie is already one of Africa's most recognizable footballers. Now the Super Falcons #1. She started her WAFCON journey in 2018 as a reserve goalkeeper, learning under the wings of Oluohi. Since then, she has risen rapidly, earning global recognition at the 2019 and the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cups. The free agent shotstopper was named CAF Goalkeeper of the Year in 2023 and 2024 and has become a key figure in Nigeria's defensive setup. Cool. Beware of Super Falcons of Nigeria. Their prowess are unmatched, very eager, very calculative, and they are so much very determined to lift the 11th WAFCON title. Yes, in Morocco, Nigeria, green, white, green. Super Falcons. All right, away from that. Let's quickly talk about transfer stories in Europe, where Manchester United and Everton are locked in the transfer race for Leicester City's Wilfred Ndidi, with an Nigerian international available for the card price of £9.5 million. Following the Foxes' relegation to the Championship, United are eyeing a potential deal for the 28-year-old defensive midfielder, who signed a new contract last year, which included a clause that would allow him to leave for the bargain fee if Leicester were relegated. Leicester's drop back down to the Championship has activated Ndidi's release clause, and the Red Devils, Manchester United, are winning up whether to bring in the Nigerian international to provide extra depth to Ruben Amorim's midfield options. However, they are not alone in scouting Ndidi, with the Premier League rivals Everton also considering a move of their own alongside Crystal Palace and Fulham, who are all reportedly keen on securing the services of the defensive midfielder. The former Jackman, once described as one of the best midfielders in Premier League by former Leicester head coach Brenda Rodgers, has impressed the East Midlands during his 8-year spell with the club. Wilfred Ndidi joined Leicester City in January 2017 in a £17 million deal from Belgian side Genk, and has since emerged over 300 appearances for the East Midlands outfit, helping them win the FA Cup and the Community Shield and secure promoting from the Championship last season, as well as interest from English clubs that is reportedly attention from the Middle East, where Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly are planning improvements to their squads. However, it is understood that the Saudi club are in the early stages of a possible swap for Ndidi, who is yet to open talks with a potential. We talk about FIFA World Cup, where the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is currently underway in the United States, showcasing, free football action from top clubs across the globe, including those featuring talented Nigerian players. Why no Nigeria club is among the 32 participants in this expanded edition. Nigeria talent is still well represented, both in the country's squad, in the current squads, and in the tournament's history. So, what we talk about as the competition progresses, I will give you the 5 Nigerian players who have proudly earned medals in past editions of the FIFA Club World Cup of this prestigious competition. Number 1 is Jean Obi Mike, was a key presence in Chelsea's 2012 Club World Cup run, starting and completing the semi-final match against Monterrey, which Blues won 3-1. Goals from Juan Mata, Fernando Torres, and Amatore Ongo are now set of victory. However, John Mikel Obi didn't feature in the final, where Chelsea lost a long goal to Brazil's Corinthians, with Paulo Guerrero scoring the decisive goal. Now, following a decorated career, Johnny Mikel-Obi retired from professional football in November 2022. Now, number 2 on my list is Victor Osimhen. Also in Chelsea's squad that year was Victor Moses. I beg your pardon, Victor Moses. who played in both the semi-final and the final. He came off the bench against Monterrey and started the final against Corinthians before being substituted in the 72nd minute. Victor Moses, who last featured for Luton Town, is set to leave the club this June when his contract expires. Another Nigeria who played in the FIFA Club World Cup, Odion Igalo, played a pivotal role in Al-Ahly's impressive 2022 campaign, where the Saudi Arabian side finished as run-ups. He featured in all 3 matches, starting in wins over Wydad Casablanca, via penalties, and Flamengo de Gallo came off the bench at the final against Real Madrid, which Al-Ahly lost 5 goals to 3. The experienced forward currently plays for Saudi Pro League outfit Al-Wydad. Junior Ajayi and the bronze medal with Al-Ahly in 2020. While there was an unused substitute in the early rounds, he featured in the third place match against Pimarius coming on in the second half. The game ended goalless draw with Al-Ahly clinched victory by 3 goals to 2 on penalties. Junior Ajayi converted his spot kick to help secure the win. Another one is Nwankwo Obiora, who played for Inter Milan, winners of the 2010. Although he didn't feature in any match, former Super Eagles midfielder Nwankwo Obiora was part of the Inter Milan squad that lifted the Club World Cup title in 2010. Obiora was on the bench for both the semi-final and the final. Inter comfortably dispatched South Korea's Seognam Alwa by 3 goals to 0 in the semi-finals with the goals from Dejan Stankovic, Javier Zenati, and Thiago Milito. In the final day, they beat DR Congo CP Manzabe by the same scoreline, causing of strikes from Goran Pandav and Samuel Eto'o and Jonathan Biapine. Now for the free, Obiora flies straight and Portugal's third division with Academica. First half goal by Daniel Severson gave Borussia Dortmund a long goal win against Ulsan HD on Wednesday yesterday as the Germans secured a place in the last 16 of the Club World Cup. A Dutchman's second straight victory by the 1-goal margin, following the 4-3 defeat of Mamelodi Sundowns on Saturday, was watched by only just over 8,000 spectators in Cincinnati, among them U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and the FIFA chief Gianni Infantino. It means that Dortmund qualify for the last 16 as winners of Group F, while Fluminense go through the behind them in second after holding off Sundowns and the goalless Stormers played at the same time in Miami. 6th round of 16 features at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup have now been confirmed. Inter Milan finishes top of Group E. Thanks to the 2-0 victory over Tema, River Plate late goals from Francisco Pion Esposito and Alessandro Bastoni sealed the win for the Silver outside, who will face Fluminense in the next round. Monterrey, who are Group E runner-ups, will play Borussia Dortmund for place in the quarterfinal. Benfica will take on Chelsea in another last 16 this Saturday. YP Marias will go head-to-head with Botafogo in the all-Brazilian affair. On Sunday, Paris Saint-Germain will square up against Inter Miami in what has been dubbed the Lionel Messi debut. Flamengo play Bayern Munich. And there are 2 more yet to be determined. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Oh, we lost that call. Modric has verbally agreed to join AC Milan. Yes, the veteran midfielder who is set to leave Real Madrid after 13 trophy field. Yes, it's expected to sign a 1-year deal with the Serie A Giants once the Club World Cup concludes in the United States. All right, and away from that, Moses Simon, the Jordan winger Moses Simon has joined the Paris FC from fellow French club Nantes. The capital city outfit announced this yesterday. So Simon, the 29-year-old, has signed a 3-year deal with Passions as they prepare for their first season in the French club flight since 1978 to 1979. Barcelona announced that yesterday their long-awaited return to the new camp New Camp Nou for an August friendly. After years of work to expand and modernize the iconic stadium, the traditional preseason joined the Gampa Trophy match. The only matter stadium's partial opening with the construction work continuing at the various areas. The current Spanish champions, they made this in a statement. Lana has announced his retirement from professional football at the age of 37, ending a career that spanned nearly 2 decades and featured over 300 Premier League appearances across Liverpool, Southampton, and Brighton Javier. Lallana joined Liverpool from Southampton in 2014 for £25 million. That's about $34 million. And went on to enjoy the most successful spell of his career at Anfield, winning the Premier League, Champions League, and Club World Cup. He made 15 appearances during Liverpool's historic 2019-2020 title-winning campaign. He concludes his career at Southampton, the club where he began serving as assistant manager during the final Premier League matches last season. On the international stage, Lallana entered 4 caps for England and was part of the squad for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. His journey also included back-to-back promotions with the Southampton from League One to the Premier League. With his playing days and now behind, Lallana is setting his sights on a coaching career. He has already gained experience as an interim assistant at Brighton Javier following Graham Potter's departure in 2022, and also worked with the England's under-21s as a coach and mentor. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Baba Chelsea.
This is Patrick from Idokiti.
You're welcome, Baba Chelsea.
Well done, my big brother.
Thank you.
We enjoy you, sis. About the ongoing Super World Cup going on.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Benfica. Trust Chelsea. Although this is going to be the encounter, because the stage we are in now is the stage of men that want to face themselves. And I hope Chelsea will have to train extraordinarily for that encounter. Because Benfica and Chelsea, they come from football-oriented area. And now I wish our coach did not use Jackson again for any of our matches till the end of the tournament. Because we are looking forward now to have a very good striker that will complement with Stella. So, with this encounter now, Chelsea want to prove to the whole world that we want to be all-round champion. We have collected most of all the important costs, and this now will complement and tell the whole world that Chelsea is on course to rule the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Baba Chelsea, if I'm going to ask you now, you're talking about Dela. Do you have all 100% assurance on Dela that he will do well coming this season?
No, definitely no. Sincerely no.
Really?
Sincerely, yes. Sincerely, no. By the time we sign Dela, I am one of those who don't have that even 50% confidence in Dela. Dela is not a water striker. I wonder why they go for Dela. We have strikers like Isaac. We have other strikers like that. Even this Osimhen, we have the potentiality to sign Osimhen. Osimhen should come to Chelsea and complement his skill in Chelsea. Chelsea, Liverpool are supposed to be good contender for Osimhen, and I believe Chelsea can make it up. Supposing during the time of Adamimogo, I know Chelsea Osimhen would have been in Chelsea by now.
All right, thank you very much. Inter Miami superstar Lionel Messi remains the best paid player in Major League Soccer MLS for the second consecutive year. This was reviewed yes, in the data published by the MLS Players Association. It showed that Messi earns a total guaranteed compensation of $20.45 million. The figure also represents a bit of the 8-year-old's earnings, as he also gets from other revenue streams like an endorsement deal with Adidas and a revenue sharing agreement with the lead broadcaster partner Apple. So according to Sportico, that Messi could rake in up to $150 million over the course of his 2.5-year contract with Miami and the MLS back in the summer of 2023. Toronto FC forward Lorenzo Insigne is in second place with a guaranteed earnings of $50.44 million. In third spot is Messi's Inter Miami teammate Sergio Busquets at $8.5 million. Atlanta United forward Mario Marion is in fourth position at $7.87 million, followed by San Diego FC forward having Choco Lozano at $7.63 million. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. What's your name? All right, Taiwo.
I couldn't believe Chelsea will qualify for the round of 16 again.
Okay.
The next match. Because Benfica is for us. If you see the way Di Maria is playing, you wouldn't say Di Maria is good. Because that game is very tactical one. But we Chelsea to qualify that. It's not easy.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, England we face Germany. In the final of the ongoing European Under-21 Championships in Slovakia, Lee Kalis's side are defeated in the Netherlands 2-1. In the semi-final, the counter played on Wednesday to put the place at the final. 2 goals from Harvey Elliott secured a victory for England at Helena Porter Stadium. England will now face Germany in the Euro Under-21 final. Germany defeated France by 3-0 in the other semi-final. The counter goals from Nelson Wiper and Nick Watermad and a Brian Groda gave Germany the win over the France. Meanwhile, the Euro Under-21 final will take place on Saturday at the Helena Porter Stadium. Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo has decided to put pen to paper on a new contract with Al-Nassr. The 40-year-old was set to become a free agent, with his current deal expiring on June 30. Amid offers from Saudi Pro League rivals and European teams, Cristiano Ronaldo has opted to remain with Al-Nassr for the foreseeable future. Ronaldo moved to the Middle East in January 2023 after his contract at Manchester United was terminated. Arsenal have activated their options to replace a midfielder, Thomas Partey, at the club. Yes, Partey is set to leave Arsenal as a free agent. Gunners have started discussion with the Brentford captain, Christian Norgard, to join the Premier League North Club London. North London Club. Arsenal. Partey's contract with the Arsenal will expire this summer, and the Ghanaian international is yet to agree a new deal with the Gunners. The midfielder has been linked with the likes of Juventus, Barcelona, and Atletico de Madrid in recent weeks. Arsenal have completed a deal to sign the Chelsea Spanish goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. The Gunners are yet to officially complete the signing in the summer transfer window, but they do appear to be working on multiple deals. Also, the North London club also closing in on the signing of a Real Sociedad midfielder, Martin Zubimendi, with some outlets even considered it a done deal. Signing a new centre forward could be the major priority for the North Club Arsenal, with their production in the final third letting them down during the 2024-25 season, especially the Premier League title race. If Arsenal want to beat Liverpool to the title next season, after falling short, most recently no additions will be necessary, and they are now close to completing their first addition of the summer transfer window. Arsenal activate £5 million clause from Chelsea, and all documents are now sealed. 1 month addition for Arteta after Martin Zubimendi. Arrizabalaga, who earns £150 million a week at Chelsea, is set to come in and play as a backup to current goalkeeper David Raya. The 30-year-old spent last season on loan at Premier League side Bournemouth, where he showed signs of getting his career back on track. After the tricky period, he struggled to make an impact at Stamford Bridge. After this big money move, and a temporary spell with the Cherries is exactly what he needed. Hello, good morning. Good morning, hello.
Hello, good morning, Minister of Sport.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. This is Ike Gunners.
You're welcome, Ike Gunners.
Yes, sir. For Arsenal transfer, I didn't know what our team has been looking for Chelsea players. Because no Chelsea player that come in Arsenal that perform.
Really?
And for them leaving, yes. Do you want me to count them?
Count them, oh, count them.
I believe. No Chelsea player come to Arsenal. Look at Czech. He's the one that make us to lose the Europa by then.
Really?
So, even look at Stanley. He cannot record the goal.
William.
In fact, I was very...
William, Georgino, these guys tried for you now.
In fact, William, if you say you have mentioned William,
yes.
Nothing. So please, I didn't even like them going to Chelsea to be making this with Chelsea.
Okay,
good and fine. They want to let Partey go. Partey tried for last season. We didn't even expect what Partey did. And they want to leave this guy gone. When we never have yet get the replacement.
Okay.
In fact, this my team that make me fed up.
No, wala.
Not like instead of them running for good.
Hey, we lost that call. Please, I will call us back again. Arsenal have agreed to pay Brentford an initial £10 million as they close in on midfielder Christian Noga. So Juventus had further talks with Manchester United yesterday over the deal for Napoli's target, Jadon Sancho. So Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford is not Barcelona's first choice target. That is the latest transfer story. Manchester United remain in talks with Brentford over a deal for winger Brandon Bouma. Yes, Chelsea are pressing ahead with a move to sign Jeremy Gittins from Borussia Dortmund after German club turned down an offer worth £42 million earlier this month. Chelsea will sign at least one winger this summer, and Manchester United's Alejandro Garnacho and Lyon's Malik Fofana are the targets for Chelsea. So Juventus and Napoli both want to sign Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson. Yes, but he's not for sale at the moment. Chelsea are not let go of Nicholas Jackson, and they are criticizing this Obonga striker they have. All right, Milos Kakis is said to be announced as a Liverpool player after completing a medical ahead of his £40 million Bournemouth move. Yes, anytime soon, Milos Kakis will be announced as a Liverpool player. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Johnny.
Happy to see my brother.
Thank you.
Always enjoy you, my brother.
I got
Like you have to sign Chelsea the figure on Saturday. Nothing where I'm going to happen. I'm Chelsea will go through, my brother. Mr. Sports, always my brother. I miss you always.
Thank you. God bless you. The question Manchester United wants to buy Mbomo. Yes. The question they should be asking themselves now that how could Mbomo, Kunha, and Fernandes fit into Amorim's system? How could they fit in Amorim's system? That is the question Manchester United should be asking themselves now. They have these three players. So 0704 700 7701. Hello, good morning. Oh my God, we lost that call. All right, this is Alpha. Let me pick this last call before we take a leave. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Taiwo calling back.
Yeah, Taiwo, good morning.
Concerning you, it's my team.
Yeah.
I know the Amuri style is good for Bomo because he's good. That guy is good on himself. So, no doubting that one. We're going to win the trophy next season. We are the one that win the Premier League.
Okay.
It's why we're going to win.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
no doubt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Man City in the midfielder Rodri has admitted it could be some time before he gets back to his best. The Ballon d'Or winning midfielder, missed most of 2024-25 season and suffered serious knee injury in last September. This is how we can go on today's edition of our Sport Extra. You join us tomorrow for another beautiful edition. My name is Kingsley Iniovosa, the Minister of Sports. That's what they call me. Yes, thank you very much, DJ Prime.